Hello, how are you doing? Welcome to Single Parents Hub Facebook Live. I'm Tarini and I am the founder of Single Parents Hub. We are a global community that makes life better for single parents and their children by connecting them with experts in all areas of our lives so that single parents and their children can live a happier, healthier, and financially free lives. Today, I'm so excited to let you know that we have a parenting coach on board and not just a general parenting coach. He specializes in teenagers. And if you're parents, you know teenager is the most challenging time of any adulthood. And our expert, our parenting coach name is Sebastian Kopanski. And he's going to share with us how to get it right by parenting the teenager, how to create the mutual understanding and respect with our teenager children so we can promote the peaceful in our house and supporting them without crash to each other all the time. Okay, now I can't see to add you on. If you see on the screen Sebastian and you see the human figure, you can press on it and you can also request to come on because I can't seem to be okay. I can add you now. Excellent. So we have our expert ready to share with us how to parenting teenager. Let's see what he has to say. Okay, slowly. And Sebastian have many long experience working with children and especially with the teenager. So we'll see how, okay. Let's add him again. Let's see if he can come on board this time because...
Okay, hello. Yes, again, I'm in a very funny
position. All right. Okay, you got it now.
I've got it now. Fantastic, yeah.
Excellent. Welcome to Single Parents Hub.
Hello, thank you very much for your invite. It's a privilege to be here. Thank you, Tarini.
You're welcome. Many times we have other parenting coach come on board and most of the time they are for the younger children. So tonight I'm quite keen and quite looking forward to hear your opinion on how to parenting teenager. I'm quite lucky I have that to come. My children only 8 and 10 years old, but I noticed that children physical nowadays they're growing faster and faster. So my 10 years old start behaving like a teenager now. So I'm sure within couple years this is is something that I'm going to be facing soon. So it's nice to know. And there are many parents facing the same problem. So I really keen to hear your expert opinions. So before I jump into asking you all the questions that I like to ask you, would you mind, helping us explain a little bit about yourself, please?
So as you mentioned, my name is Sebastian Kopanski, and for over 20 years, I have worked with parents and children in different capacities, mainly as a teacher, as a class teacher, advisory teacher, and I have helped literally, I taught literally thousands of children
Wow.
and helped hundreds of parents. Because the teacher's role is not only to teach, but also a teacher's role is also to stay connected with parents and
Yes.
to make sure, to support also students and pupils learning at home as much as it is possible. Apart from this, I'm a parent myself. I've got teenagers at home right now.
Oh my
My
God.
daughter, my daughter Maria will be 18 this year, and my son Tim is 14.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah. So this is me.
Excellent. Excellent. And like we know, the teacher, we value teacher as our own. They are like children, second parents, and most of the time, children actually spend more time with their with their teacher. One of my children's school teacher, he been with my son from year 1. Now he's year 6, so he been throughout, upgrade, move the class along with him. So he spent like 6 years. So it's like a second daddy actually. So it's quite important, and I find that sometimes children have more respect toward their teacher than actually, for their children. So
Yeah, it's well spotted, because it really puzzled me some time ago when I noticed that some children they respond so much better to my colleagues or to myself than to their own parents. And but I will have a chance to explain why it is happening.
Excellent. So the first question I like to ask you, why that so many parents, not so many, I think always that teenager parents always crash with their children. It seems to be fighting war, and it doesn't look like anyone going to win. So it's a bit chaos, a bit crazy in the house. Why do you think that is?
You see, there are quite often parents are saying, they are asking a question, why do I struggle with my teenager? But also we can reverse this question. And also teenagers are asking this question as well. Why do I struggle with my parents? Why do I struggle with my teachers? So what is the reason? You see, first of all, we parents, when our children were born, since we had them, since they were very little, since they were babies, we get used to fairly steady development, of our children. And then they are developing on different areas, like emotional, academic, physical, and so on and so on. And then suddenly, when they are 11, 12, 13 years old, like bang. And our preteen, our teenager is turning back into a 3-year-old child. So we've got slamming door, we have tears, we have aggression, we have calling names, we have shouting at home again after 10 years.
Wow.
Why this is happening? Well, not just until probably only recently, scientists discover that this is happening not only down to hormones, but down to our brain. Because if I remember well, our brain, human brain, develops very fast right after birth, and then the second time when it develops very fast is teenage time. And now I'm not a neuroscientist. However, I'm going to simplify it that many connections in our brain just dying out, and new are being created. And basically, this is why teenagers are completely shocked by what's going on with them. So not only parents are confused, but also teenagers are confused. Because they stop controlling, their behavior. Now, This is one thing. And another thing is that our teenagers are growing up and they are inevitably becoming adults. So they've got, you know, new desires, new needs, dreams. So this is new values. All of it is coming.
Okay.
Now, you said quite rightly that parents and teenagers blame each other, that often it looks like a war. Yes, you're right. However, we have also to remember that it's not only war between parents and teenagers, but also between teenagers and their teachers. Now, now you see it, but it does not need to be like that all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
There are solutions that we can implement to to help each other.
Okay, okay. So what would you think it would be the simple solution that you could do to create the mutual understanding and respect? This is the big word, respect between, you know, we respect them and they also respecting us. How, what would be the best solution or simple solution?
Well, there is a good news and a bad news. The good news is there are plenty of very simple solutions.
Okay.
But the bad news is that it's not that easy to implement them.
Okay, okay.
So first of all, let's compare these solutions to a toolbox.
Okay.
In our toolbox, we can have very simple tools, but also like a screwdriver or more sophisticated ones like a drill, for example.
Okay.
The same with our parental tools. Some are very simple, some are more complicated. Now, we are not able to solve all the problems with only one
screwdriver.
Solution. Yeah, one screwdriver. You're right.
Yes.
There's a tool for different issues. Now, let's have an example. Okay. Imagine that we are in a meeting and I'm chairing the meeting, and we all agreed at the very beginning of the meeting that we are not going to use our mobile phones.
Okay.
And then suddenly. You just remember that you had to send a very important text, and you don't want to disturb anyone. You just take your phone out of your pocket and you're writing the text quietly.
Okay.
But I've noticed this, and then I can respond 3 different ways. So my first response would be yelling at you. How dare you taking the phone out of your pocket and using this now?
Yes.
It's so disrespectful.
Yeah, you already agree. Exactly. Yes.
So, Tarini, how would you react to this response?
Of course, I'm going to scream back to you.
Exactly. Exactly. Yes. So you see, and then we have a fight. Yes, there's a battle. There's a war.
Yes.
And this is a situation that neither I win or you win, and one person lose. So win-lose situation. Now, another response might be. And this response is a bit like a fight response, because you know, in our brain we still have this animal's brain, which very quickly produces very quick responses. It's either fight or flight.
Okay.
Now the flight response. I can spot you, but I'm not saying anything. And then suddenly other people are following you. They're taking their phones out and they are texting messages, they're scrolling through the internet.
Okay.
And I'm telling absolutely nothing. What could be the outcome of such situation?
Well, then I know that my parents can't get control over me, so I know that I can cross the line every time, because she didn't say anything. She didn't mean what she said, that I should not do it, and she not challenging me. So I will test the boundary every time.
That's true. Exactly. That would happen. So another win-lose situation. This situation, probably a child, you would win and I would lose. But however, there's a third type of a response.
Okay.
And I would spot you. You know, texting. I would say,
okay,
Tarini, I can see that you are using your phone. I worry that you are you know, I really worry that you are not following the meeting and you are not following our agreement. Also, I'm really concerned that you wouldn't learn what we are learning now about these important issues. How would you respond to such communication?
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have asked you before. I agree with what we agree, but it's just so urgent that I need to really use this phone to text. But I promise when I done this, I won't use it again. And I'm you know, I'm going to do what we agree on. I'm so sorry. I should ask you before I done this. But obviously,
Fantastic.
this response is from the
Yes.
grown up. It's not from the teenager. I don't think they will respond this way,
Yes,
will
but you
they?
see, yeah, but what I have done here, I
Yes.
have used iMessage. I didn't blame you for using the phone. I just said how I feel, what I feel.
Yes.
And of course, no one can guarantee that this type of response, iMessage, would always work. No. However, it works most of the time. And here we've got a very interesting situation. We've got this win-win situation. Also, have you noticed that you apologized, and it was a very sincere apology. It wasn't like, sorry, but that was a very sincere.
Yes.
And then you also explained what happened, why you had to use it. So iMessage, send.
I quite like this technique because why? I didn't catch the heat from you that you are blaming me or you getting angry. You know, you just asking, and like what you said, you talking in terms of your own feeling. So it's not right or wrong, but just how you feel. So I don't feel that I have to confront with you, which in the way, you know, I don't need to get my guard ready or the boxing glove ready. So this is quite good in a way. So I don't feel that I'm being attacking. So I can just explain myself without feeling that I'm going to be penalized after. So it's very good technique.
Yes. So this is the one technique that I would really strongly suggest. Another technique is, I would call it, it is called active listening. Active listening has got many elements. However, one very important one that I find that many adults struggle with is keeping silent.
Yes.
Just keeping silent. Yeah, imagine another situation that your teen is coming back from school and is just chatting about a school day, or maybe chatting with his or her sibling. And but now and then you jump in. Oh, really? Oh, you misbehaving. You know, it's like all these comments. No, just step back, listen, and you just listen. You can encourage your child to talk more by asking good questions. But when it's occurring the situation that your child wants to talk, just listen. Just listen. Don't lecture. Now, so this is the second technique that I would really strongly suggest to use, especially in schools by teachers. Yes, and basically what is it about that we are not able to take responsibility for our child's behavior. However, we are able to take responsibility for our behavior.
Yes, of course.
And we can model standards that you would like our child to follow.
Yes.
So this is the main thing in using this positive communication.
That's very good because like you said, a lot of time we can't control everyone else, but control our own reaction or how we're going to react with things. And I find that like when you just testing me with a question, if I scream at you, obviously that person going to scream at me back. So the children just mirror whatever your behavior, isn't it? So if you ask the good question, you got the good answer back. If you ask the rubbish question, then you're going to get a rubbish answer back. So simple as that, you know, so it's quite good.
Yeah, also, I wanted to add something because we parents, quite often we are too hard on ourselves.
Yes.
And when we think that something doesn't work, it doesn't work. Just imagine diagram, because as you can see, it's quite difficult for me to draw right now because I have a funny screen.
Okay.
But imagine a diagram that you've got on top, you've got A for action.
Okay.
There's a circle, then F for feedback, and
Okay.
then C for correct.
Okay.
And then again action. So if you, for example, implement one of those strategies, then you've got a feedback. Feedback might be that, for example, child does not respond at all. So you have to correct it. But now don't correct immediately. Give it some time, because maybe your child will be just shocked. Oh, goodness me, my mom or my dad is just asking me some weird stuff.
Or he must been coaching for Sebastian, or learning or reading some book that, come and experimenting on me now.
Exactly. So just give it some time, but after a while, it still doesn't work. Just change something. Something small. For example, maybe the time you would like to have a chat with your child, it's not a good time.
Yes.
Maybe change it for a dinner time, or maybe just before going to bed. Just experiment different things.
Yeah.
Correct. Again, action, feedback, correct. Action, feedback, correct.
So you learn by behavior and also the response that you have, and then you need to adapt. But then again, like what you say, sometimes it depends on their mood as well, depend on their stage of mind, and also your stage of mind, because what A plus B is not always equal C. It's like what you said, experiments and try the different things.
Because the first question you asked was basically about understanding. The second stage, I would say, is integrating different tools, different approaches.
Okay.
And the third stage is connecting with your child, or reconnecting, really. So, and this reconnecting, it does not happen may not happen immediately. You may need some time. Also, so this is why it's really important to be very consistent. And also, what I suggest to do for parents to start running a journal, write a journal or daily gratitudes, where you can write down your observations, what you have done. Did it work or didn't work? I personally, I run so-called daily gratitudes when I write down different things that happened during the day and I'm grateful for. And it helps me also, with my parenting to check how it's going on. And also what's very important, I would say, to celebrate wins, small wins throughout the day. For example, your teenage child is coming back from school and smiles to you. Yes. This is the win.
Yes, every little things count. Yes.
Every little things, to make you feel better.
Yes. And what I also use for my two children also, I ask them, oh, how was your day? What is so great about your days today?
Yes.
And they said, oh, food is yummy, this. So they focus on the good thing rather than the bad things. Yes. So it just put them into the good, positive mindset.
Yes.
And also a lot of time I noticed with my ex-partner, sometimes we just too harsh on the children, because we want them to do well, and we just put a lot of pressure on the children. Like if they got 9 out of 10, they're like, oh, why don't you get 10 out of 10? And I think, come on, guy, 9 out of 10 is already 90%. You already scored the A. So what could be better than that? Don't keep pushing them for perfection, because then you put too much pressure on yourself and on the children as well. And just looking at the good thing that they have, like, okay, they might not have the perfect handwriting, but they are good with something else, or they got the energy, or they're quite creative. When we appreciate and see the good side of them, they will flourish more, and they will do better on the good side rather than we focus them on the bad side.
Yes, definitely, yes. Definitely, yes. To look for good sides, praise our children. Even also there's another way, when we praise when we would like to, not to tell off, I would rather say to give a difficult feedback to your child about something, it's really worth to start with praising the child.
Yes.
Praising the child and then saying this difficult feedback. However, what's also very important when you say first your praise and then say your feedback, your not challenging feedback. Don't say but, oh, you did this great, but. Say instead
I know.
but,
I hate that when people doing that, even when at work. Before, when I working for the company, the manager always said this, but you can improve on that. Instead of you like, oh, gosh, I did a great work. It's something bad in the back, and then you just ruin what you should be celebrating it. But just ruining it.
It's really interesting that we adults often do things that we wouldn't to our children, that we wouldn't accept in our adult life.
Yes.
Also, another thing would be good, because I talked about this flight and fight response. That this is usually these two responses are being suggested by our animal's brain.
Okay.
It's good to count to 5 or to 10, because if you are very angry, if you count to 5, then you gather your thoughts and then you can respond in, you can use positive communication instead of destructive communication.
Okay, I have the question from Belinda. She's one of our single parents hub member. She said, what about using the money piggy banks? Is it a good idea to celebrate their wins and use it for, I don't know, to praise them? They can use it for the treat later. Do you think it's good idea to encourage them by using the reward, especially with the money?
Yes, I think this is a very good idea. However, I think that some of the chores or activities, things you do for home, just in my opinion, this is my opinion, you shouldn't pay for them to your child. This is you live in this home, so each of us has got different chores to do, different things to do for the whole house. However, when the rules are very clear, that I think it's really fair to give a child a pocket money, and also child often is not able to earn money nowhere else. The child is what, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, not go to work. So that would be great to have certain rules that for these certain chores, you will be paid so much money. And I think it's a good idea. It's much better to reward, to give something that take away.
Okay. For me, you need to find a clear balance. When you if there are chore, even I need to impose this anyway. I'm not consistent with that. So my hand up. For me, when I was young, I never ever given the free money. My dad always making me work so hard for every penny. So I believe that they need to earn. So even the weekly chore, the weekly pocket money, they need to earn that. So I have the list that have you set up your bed after you done, have you tidy up the living room, have you clean after yourself. If they tick all that, I would give them the full allowance of the week. Because sometimes when they coming in said, Mommy, I doing a good thing. Can I do the chore work? Can I have 50p for this? Can I have £1? And what I find is when I start giving them money for this randomly thing, now they don't do anything unless they got the money to pay, they got money from me. And then they turn their attitude to do things only driven by the money, which is not ideal. So we need to find a good balance on that.
Yeah, that's very true. Also, what you said is very important, that I mentioned there are so many parental tools, and we can create our own strategies. And really, we all are different. Our families are different, and what can work for me may not work for you, and the other way around. So it's always good to try to experiment and to go along with strategy which resonates with you, with your personality, with your teenager, with your family, basically.
Yes. And I even tell my children after he tried to start harassing me and charging me money, I said, okay, I cook for you, that's £2. And then I taking you to this. I doing a watching for you. I this all together £50. They're like, whoa, mommy, is that much? That's quite good. Okay, how about when the teenager in their mood and they stop talking to you, stop communication? How do you deal with that?
Yeah, I would say that again, I message, because each behavior is a way, by each behavior, a child or a teenager communicates something. The same with us adults, yes? When we behave in certain ways, we would like to communicate something.
Okay.
The problem might be with teenagers that they might not know why they are angry.
Okay.
But again, I would use I message very calmly. So, for example, I'm worried about you because you haven't been talking to me for a week now.
Okay.
I don't understand why it's going on. Can you tell me? So you see, sometimes then children can try approach your child. And also what I personally find very very helpful is trying to arrange time or situations where my children might open up.
Okay.
So, for example, it's not only dinner time. You can ask children to play with you a board game, to go for a walk, go to a gym together if they fancy, for a walk. Something, doesn't need to be anything very big, something even small.
Okay.
And then yes, and then it might help. And I message. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I have another millions question, but I afraid that we running out of time. But it's also based on the individuals, isn't it? Like what you said, a lot of time we know our children best when something's not right. But it's quite good idea for you. Now I learned something new, that every time when even with the children, you always use the I message, so you can ask them nicely, calmly, so you hopefully get the good response back from them.
I don't know if I can say that, but I'm very happy to for parents from a single parent hub. I'm very happy to have for some of them a free conversation over the phone, like up to 30 minutes conversation.
Yeah, that would be great. That would be great.
Where we can quickly exchange different issues, and then I might be of help for them.
Yes.
So maybe please I can comment under our
sure. And I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for you to give me all your information, because you are one of our experts now. So if you give us all the information. So first of all, thank you very much. You put where we can contact you on the comments below this record.
Yes,
so
please,
our member and any parents that want to contact you can go on that. And after that, maybe tomorrow or the day or two, you can give me all information, and then we can list your profile on Single Parents Hub, so people can go in there and connect with you directly.
Yes.
And also I want to let everyone know as well that Sebastian kindly going to helping us and come to speak at our events in April. So we're going to have Sebastian come in, and we're going to be face to face and asking a lot of questions. So Belinda, you are more than welcome to come and join us. And we have a lot more information, including parenting and a lot of things as well on our website, www.singleparentshub.com, and it's a free subscription. So please sign up, and there are many information that would be helpful for everyone there. So thank you very much, Sebastian, to come
Thank
and
you very much.
share your knowledge and expertise. And even talking to you, I feel very calm. That's very good.
I'm very happy about it. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure, and I'm looking
you.
forward to see more of parents from Single Parents Hub.
Excellent. Thank
you very
you.
much.
Good night. Bye bye. Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye. Bye.